Hello my motor enthusiasts. Today's thrill-packed discussion is on the recent USF Pro 2000 Championship race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You're tuned into F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello Enzo, quite the race it was. Can you kick us off with the winner?
Absolutely, William. Nikita Johnson stormed to his fourth victory of the season, but it wasn't a straightforward win, was it?
Not at all. The race had its moments, especially with Liam Seitz taking an early lead. What turned the tides for Johnson?
Johnson reclaimed his position spectacularly around the outside at turn 1 after a nail-biting side-by-side battle down the pit straight. His maneuvering was spot on.
And what about the challenges during the race? Any significant incidents?
Indeed, the race wasn't short of drama. We saw Braden Eves being forced off the track early on, and a crucial caution period that reshuffled the pack around lap 7.
It sounds like there was quite a shuffle in the standings as well.
That's correct. Post-caution, the position saw a significant shift. Lochie Hughes and Riccardo Escotto were names that popped up ahead, fighting for the podium spots.
Blimey, with all these position changes, it must have been quite the spectacle for the spectators.
Absolutely, and let's not forget about Hunter Yeanis' impressive recovery to finish 5th despite earlier setbacks. The resilience on display was commendable.
It seems like a race replete with strategic overtakes and unexpected twists. Can't wait to dive deeper into each lap's intricacies.
Agreed, William. Each lap painted a picture of intense rivalry and strategic brilliance. Let's unpack these thrilling moments together. Hey everyone. You already know me, this is Enzo, your guide through the high-speed world of racing.
And joining him today, this is William Turner at your service.
You're tuned into F1 Motor Fever podcast. If you love all things motorsport, hit subscribe and ding that notification bell. It really helps us bring more thrilling race discussions to you.
Absolutely, and with that said,
let's put the pedal to the metal. Moving back to the race, Nikita Johnson's tactical prowess was on full display. Starting from pole, he had to really fend off Liam Seitz from the get-go. The duel right from the start was something, wasn't it?
Absolutely, the tension was palpable. Seitz wasn't holding back at all. In fact, he even took the lead briefly, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Despite a shaky moment getting loose exiting turn 2, he managed to lead. But Johnson's calm under pressure allowed him to regain his position brilliantly by the first turn, showcasing why he's the championship leader.
It's fascinating how these opening laps can set the tone for the entire race. And speaking of setting the tone, the incident involving Matt Clark and Hunter Yeanis at turn 8 was quite pivotal, wasn't it?
Indeed. That collision was unfortunate for Clark, ending his race and sending Yeanis to the back of the pack. These early scuffles really highlight the razor-thin margins in racing.
And then there was the caution period. Frankie Mossman stopping on track really shuffled the deck.
That's right. It was during lap 7 and didn't clear until 5 laps later, which brought a whole new dynamic. Nicolas Baptiste took the lead after the restart with Logan Adams and Riccardo Escotto trailing. But Johnson, he was just sublime, wasn't he?
He was. Taking only 2 laps to pull over 2 seconds clear of the field after that restart shows his class and ability to manage the race from the front.
And let's not forget Hunter Yeanis' comeback. Climbing from 12th to 5th by the race's end, his performance was nothing short of impressive.
Indeed, a commendable effort. As we discuss the intricacies of each lap, it's clear this race was filled with strategic brilliance and tenacious driving. The excitement of motorsport was truly on display.
Absolutely. Each lap told its own story of ambition, precision, and sometimes, heartbreak. Full throttle till the very end. And just a quick glimpse at the final standings, for those who missed it. Nikita Johnson clinched another victory with a time of 38 minutes, 21.45 for 6 seconds.
Right, and Liam Seitz was not too far behind, just over 4 seconds adrift. It's clear these two are setting a strong pace this season.
Lochie Hughes also put in a solid performance, finishing 3rd, about 8 seconds behind Johnson. It's these consistent podium finishes that can really help build a championship campaign.
True, it's not just about winning races, it's about accumulating those vital points across the season. Speaking of which, Riccardo Escotto and Hunter Yeanis rounded out the top 5 with some commendable drives.
Absolutely, and let's not forget about Simon Sykes. Despite an early setback that dropped him to 12th, he made a significant recovery to finish 7th. That kind of resilience can really make a difference.
Christian Brooks and Adam Fitzgerald also had notable performances, fighting hard to place in the top 10. It shows the depth of talent in this field, with every point fiercely contested.
Definitely, and with the championship standings now updated, Johnson sits comfortably at the top with 175 points. But, with Yeaney, Hughes, and Brooks not too far behind, the title race is still wide open.
It's shaping up to be a thrilling season. Every race brings its own set of challenges and shake-ups. It's what makes following this series so exciting.
And for our listeners, make sure you stay tuned as we continue to bring you all the updates and analysis right here. We've got plenty more racing action to discuss, so don't go anywhere just yet. William, what's the word on the street, internet-wise?
Right, let's have a butcher's at some online banter. There's been quite the stir about Brad Pitt's new Formula One movie. The budget shot through the roof, surpassing $200 million, but it's run into some distribution hurdles.
Blimey, that's a hefty sum. How's the crowd taking it?
Well, to give you a taste, Nico Art said, quote, "Just for comparison, Ford v Ferrari made $225 million, unquote."
And what's the response been like?
Gareth Guest chimed in, saying, quote, "And Ford v Ferrari was probably the most critically acclaimed realistic racing film since Rush. But then, Harry Hedgehog argued, quote, "There was nothing realistic about it, unquote."
There's always one, isn't there? Any defenders of the realm?
Oh, absolutely. Steve Sleaze countered with, quote, "Just because it's not realistic doesn't mean it isn't the most realistic. Remember, the only other car movies coming out include a bald guy driving his car down Hoover Dam, unquote." And Kevin Bang added that, quote, "The racing at Le Mans was absolutely horrendous. I'd have preferred if they just skipped those scenes entirely, unquote."
Not everyone's a critic, then?
Not at all. Luke Grippers asked, quote, "Why is that?" To which Flap Ulysses replied, quote, "It didn't have 24 hours of running time," unquote, getting a chuckle from 16-6 who said it made him chortle.
Seems like there's a bit of everything in that thread. Love, hate, and a spot of humor. How about the proponents of just enjoying the flick?
Malcolm King put it simply, quote, "Nah man, the movie was fun, sometimes you just got to stop being so critical and just enjoy things," unquote. Carl Arnorth went on to say, quote, "This is it here. I feel nobody sits down to enjoy movies anymore but to instead criticize them," unquote.
It's a cinema, not a courtroom, after all. Anything else catching your eye?
Lance Lamb also threw in his 2 pence about another movie, saying, quote, "New Top Gun was rubbish because Miles Teller and Tom Cruise weren't actually flying the planes. Totally fake. How am I supposed to believe that a fighter pilot is also a drummer, gun runner, and boxer," unquote. And Ian Giraffe found it funny that the Navy specifically banned Tom Cruise from touching the controls in the planes used in the films.
It's all kicking off then. Movies certainly stir the pot, don't they?
They do indeed. And with opinions flying left, right, and center, it's clear everyone's got a stake in how they are made and enjoyed, or not.
Thanks for tuning into F1 Motor Fever podcast today. We explored the riveting world of Formula One, discussing the highs and lows of the recent races and even dived into the lively discussions around Brad Pitt's new racing movie. It's been fantastic having your company. Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications so you never miss out on our discussions. Your support by sharing our episodes over social media or in conversations really helps us grow and continue providing great content. And if you've got thoughts on today's topics, we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Absolutely, and remember, we're not just about the race days. There's a whole world of motorsport culture and cinema to get into, and we've got it all covered right here. Make sure you tune in regularly, there's always something interesting on the horizon. And who knows? Next time, we might just have another cheeky bit of movie trivia to dissect.
We're genuinely grateful for all your support and can't wait to bring you more thrilling F1 content. Stay tuned for more, and remember, you heard it here on F1 Motor Fever podcast.
And don't forget, folks, keep those discussions lively but friendly, both here and out there in the real world. It's all part of the fun.
Pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold. See you next time.